The Department of New Media and Rebranding of the Liberia Broadcasting System presents Nightline Liberia. From the valleys of Liberia to the top of Wologisi Mountain.
Welcome to Nightline. Today is February 12, 2025. This program is designed by the Department of New Media and Rebranding of the Liberia Broadcasting System, intended to discuss issues that matters or controversial. Tonight promises to be informative, educative, and ear-catching, which you cannot afford to miss. With me, your host here, George P.Lobbo Jr. We are looking at national issues tonight on this great February 12th edition of Nightline Liberia. Our outline for tonight, folks. Number one, we'll look at the celebration of the Armed Forces of Liberia, which took place yesterday at the BTC Barrack. President Joseph Boakai has suspended several government officials for their failures to declare asset to the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission on time frame mentioned, meaning the LACC. Monrovia Week celebration kick off today at the Monrovia City Hall Corporation at MCC. We also will look at the Civil Service Agency of Liberia has, with immediate effect, blocked all those who were not in compliance with President Boakai's mandate by declaring their asset. Former Finance and Development Planning Minister Samuel Detour and 4 others order economic sabotage case commenced next Tuesday at Criminal Court C at the Temple of Justice. This plus many more. Folks, as my regular tradition here, I always like to go to the papers here real quick. Now, I know I brought some things here with me. When it comes to the LACC, also here with me is the press release from the Unity Party. Officials of the Unity Party today went to the LACC headquarters where they presented a communication to the LACC informing them that this issue of persecution, LACC seems to be very, very active when it involves certain cases. And so Unity Party partisans were calling on the LACC to act about certain other cases that they've not acted on. So on the basis of that, that's where things are. And so I will read that communication here to you folks tonight. And we'll talk about it, what it means for the country, and why Unity partisans went there for that purpose. All right, so let me get this going for us tonight. But before we get started here, we have to look at our papers. It's my usual tradition here. So let me get the papers here going. ELBC. So tonight I brought 4 papers here with me, my usual. I said to you guys, my front page newspaper is one of those papers that I always making sure that I get here. I bring one with me all the time. So if you just tune into the show, I ask that you share the show for us. If you're just joining us, share the show because other people watch it with us as well. So let me get here real quick. Okay. So I'll begin with this. I will let the book front page last, so it's one of my best. I'll begin here with the Daily Observer. Daily Observer on the front of the new Daily Observer paper it says Kofa is legitimate speaker, but Supreme Court provides clarity over the conspicuous absence of members at the SOAN. It says illegal fishing declines in Liberia. Okay, wonderful. That's a good thing. Liberia showcases mining potential as U.S. signal. As U.S. signal interest in African mining sector. Wonderful. This is our time. Foreign Minister Cyril Besloyanti declares as Liberia launched campaign for UN Secretary General Council seat. Brilliant. At the back of the Daily Observer, it said baby steps forward in Liberia fight against corruption. Folks, they want that means say I'll read it here for the people to. I know our friends will not talk about it. Tonight, will not hear it. U.S. government cancels U.S. $17 million support to Liberia. Okay, we'll stay there. Uh, let's look at the Inquirer newspaper. It said, "Be a shield that protects, not a sword that divides." Bio cautioned AFL yesterday. President Bio spoke at the Armed Forces of Liberia uh, celebration, the Armed Forces Day celebration at the BTC Barrack, which I was in attendance right behind the president. It was one, they said, SS military facility nationwide. CIC Boyka orders defense minister. Yeah, the president in his tone made it clear to the defense minister that they should work with the line agency, relevant line agency, assess other barracks around. I know he named Maryland, in Harper. He talked about in San Nicola, and then talked about in Tottenham. I know they say Camp Todi is on a renovation, folks. We came to fix the country, like I stated before. For 6 years, we had governments here. They never thought they were AFL soldiers. Again, we know the problems we inherited, but our government remained dedicated and committed to fixing the problem. Like I said before, and I remain, we would not leave Liberia the way we met it. President Boyka in his 6 years, I continue to say, if he does not surpass President William Villa's statement in terms of infrastructure development, he will surpass his former boss, Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Whether you agree with me or you don't, that's fine. But President Joseph Newman Boyka will be accredited for lighting up Liberia. And I've been very clear on the records for that. If President Boyka government, which intends to electrify 100,000 homes every year, in 5 years, that means we'll be electrifying 500,000 homes. That is the largest ever, folks. Not only that, forget about electrifying homes. We intend to increase the energy capacity by more than 175 megawatts. That will be larger than the total amount we currently have. At our best, we are now above 145 megawatts. So, again, some of these statements, folks, have been very clear. They say champion renewable energy solutions. Liberia launches campaign for UN Security Council seat. Oh, no, beautiful story. At the back of the Inquirer newspaper, Action Aid calls for enactment of laws against FGM. India ambassador paid quarters a visit to Health Minister Dr. Poto. Joshua appeals for additional Anthony public defenders. Okay. We now move over to the Heritage newspaper. The Heritage paper on the front of the Heritage paper. President Bio calls for stronger military-civilian collaboration. AFL challenge as President Boyka points out hurdles confronting the Liberian army. Again, they say LCM, Ministry of Mines, secure major foreign investment. This is Mines and Energy Minister William Pay. At the back of the Heritage newspaper, say President Boyka vows stronger support for armed forces. That is true. He made that commitment there. Magibi University board member accuses presidential advisor of intimidation and mismanagement. Okay. MOA, meaning the Ministry of Agriculture, engages local leaders. Wonderful. Ministry of Education stress urgent need for more qualified instructors. Yeah. The people say they want to do away with the volunteer teachers. They don't want it. Liberia National Public Health Institute named Africa CDC Center of Excellence. Speaker Kuhn calls for global support. This is in the paper. All right, we'll put this aside. Now we move to one of my favorite newspaper, the front page newspaper. The paper that only report bad doesn't report anything good, which is a good thing. The stories in here are interesting. Proceeding illegally. This has to do with the eviction of former Speaker Funati Kofa. A National Road Fund 2024 Achievement Summary. Oh wow, we need to take our time to go over there. I'll go see her tomorrow. I want the whole listing, then I myself will do my tour of the National Road Fund and see what she's talking about before. And then so you know that in the front page Africa, the names of everybody who they say they declare their asset has been published. However, folks, Let me begin the conversation this evening. We'll begin with the issue of asset declaration. You know, while it's true we intend to move forward as a country, sometimes we try not to think about the past because the Liberian people elected this government on the promises that we will make the country better, we will do far better than our predecessors did. Uh, you know, I see the very same people today talking about declaration of asset. But let's be honest here. I can recall in one interview the former president we had with what was the black guy name? I can't remember his name. And he asked him, he said, Mr. President, you've instructed your folks to declare their assets, and they've not done that. Is that a violation of the law? What was President Weah's response? He said, I tell them to declare their assets, I didn't declare assets, what them to do. That was former President Weah's response. And so today I see my CDC friends talking about assets. I'm just laughing like, where you guys have been? Some people, surrogates, sympathizers, admirers of the former regime saying, oh, it's late. President Baga is supposed to fire them. Folks, sometimes you who can be writing this thing on Facebook, you all know we were on Facebook before. If you are calling for President Baga to fire people now because they failed to declare asset, which is wrong, on this very platform, I've sat here and called on all appointees of government to declare their asset. And I said, it's a good thing. President gave you guys time, and I think you guys should have complied. But when I hear my friends from the other side saying the president's supposed to fire people, folks, for 6 years, we were told by the former LACC boss that at the time he was at the LACC, the former president, we never declared his asset. He has no recollection of it. And while he was there, he never saw his asset being declared. And let's forget about it. President, we are asset we're talking about. We didn't see it. We never saw it. So when I hear my friends now saying that, oh, President Baga is belated, oh, it's late, it's this and that, folks, at the end of the day, he was informed, he took a decision. He has moved to suspend those who are not in compliance. Hopefully, people will comply, but we should not get to this point for people to be suspended before they can comply with the law. I want to thank the president for such a bold step. On the other note, again, folks, look, we've been making progress as a government, and this is what we promise. We promise you, folks, that we will make progress as a nation. So this evening, folks, I want to read for you a few things. You all are aware that on the corruption perception index, Liberia moved up 2 points. They said this is the first time in 6 years, 6 or 7 years, if I'm not mistaken. Now, I know when we say that one, it can help my friends in. Yeah. When they say this is the first time in 6 to 7 years that Liberia have been able to move up, folks. So when our friends then call, and please tonight, folks, I think you can hear the tone of my voice. I've been down with the cold a little bit, trying to recover. So I will not have the time to be going back and forth. The reports are out there. If you want, you can go read about the paper. It's there. They say this is the first time in 7 years. Now we're in 2025. All you have to do is just walk your way back. If they say this is the first time in 7 years for us to move up, now me, I'm not too educated. You just do common sense. That means your entire time back data will not really make progress in terms of corruption because you people were inherently corrupt. But overall, what does that say about our government? It speaks to the type of leadership we brought to power. President Baga continues to make strides in improving the lives of its people. Recently, you saw the report from the IMF that stated that based on President Boakar's recent move in terms of cutting salaries, gasoline, and other benefits, that it was a step in the right direction, which will provide the fiscal space we need as a government. All these steps we are taking are steps to improve the government, to enhance our ability. As you all know, there's a lot out there that's happening in the world, but our government is being responsible and we are taking the steps to ensuring that our people can get the quality of services they deserve and that the government continue to function and function in improving the living standard of our people. And that's something President Walker holds so dearly to his heart. And on the basis of that, you see folks like us come here every day to take our time to inform you based on the progress we are making as a government. Now, there are a couple of listings running around on Facebook because I know there were many of you get your news from. So in my hands, I brought two listings, just two. I took it from the mansion today. This is from the Ministry of State. I printed, let me see what the money. I printed one from the Ministry of State and a few people. I don't want to discredit the work of the LACC, but I think the LACC needs to do better from a professional standpoint. The listing they put out was not correct. If you're going to put out information in the public as a very major, you can be the integrity hub, the integrity institution, yet you are not doing things that reflect integrity. I have my own personal problem with the LACC, and I will say it here tonight. The very first thing, how is it that letters sent to individual personal information is always leaked out of the offices of the LACC? That's unprofessional, unethical. It should not happen. If people want it, in as much as it's public information, there are procedures to obtain it. But you can't be sending a letter to somebody. For example, you invited me to LACC, but the copy of the letter you sent it to me is already on Facebook in somebody's hand. That's bad. That is completely unacceptable from a professional institution. And the reason why I brought this list, right? It will interest you to know that the first listing they print out, this is it, of the people they said that were in compliance. The Minister of State name was not on it. Minister Sylvester Grace name was not. So I went to his trip. I said, you and all? He said, George, if they do it, that's will be in serious problem. Because he said George had been in government way too long. And only to prove to me that he declared his assets. So the listing basically is not correct. And the LACC has been operating in a manner and form which is very unacceptable. I want to be clear about it. There are certain cases they've been having on the docket. They've done nothing about it. Absolutely nothing. The LACC seems to be expediting cases when it involves people of this regime. That one part I can say here and I don't hold back on it. There have been cases involving former government officials. The LACC continue. I know that I think Keke can move fast because it seems that they're working. And on the basis of that, I want to read something. There's a press release. Today, members of the Unity Party went to the LACC headquarters and they presented them with a petition, a communication. So let me bring that for you. Let me just read the statement that's out there. So folks, please bear with me because I got to dress it close to mine. So they say the Unity Party, this one said, the Unity Party urges the Liberian Anti-Corruption Commission to accelerate efforts in the fight against corruption. Present names of experienced legal practitioners to support the presidency in the ongoing efforts against corruption and other forms of dishonesty in the public space. So here's what it said. Monrovia, February 11, 2025. The Unity Party has urged the Liberian Anti-Corruption Commission to accelerate efforts in the government's fight against the against graft and theft in a public space. Delivering a statement to the chairperson of the LACC, Councillor Alexandra Joe, the first vice chairperson of the Unity Party, Senator Daba Vabla, along with array of Unity Party officials, reminded the anti-graft boss that there are numbers of audit reports that need the immediate review and actions of the LACC. Senator Daba referenced the audit report of the Central Bank of Liberia and the Liberian Telecommunication Authority, both of which highlighting serious financial misappropriations and instances where vital financial instruments, such as the Financial Management Law and the PBCC law and others important legislations, were deliberately violated. Meanwhile, in support of the president's uncompromising effort to curb official corruption and reorganizing the need for legal expertise and integrity in addressing the systematic corruption, the Unity Party, in consideration of its unwavering commitment to the dedication to good governance, has presented to the president names of distinguished legal luminaries with years of experience and proven track records in law, governance, and development to provide legal support to the presidency. This action, according to the Unity Party first vice chairperson, demonstrates the UP commitment to good governance, transparency, and accountability. These legal practitioners, drawn from among the nation's most accomplished legal minds, possesses long-standing experience in constitutional law, criminal justice, and corruption enforcement. Their expertise will be invaluable in strengthening legal frameworks, enhancing investigative processes, and ensuring the effective prosecution of corruption-related offenses. The UP calls on all institutions and the individuals responsible to support the president's anti-corruption measures to do so with utmost dedication and commitment. The Unity Party remains dedicated to supporting national efforts aimed at upholding democratic principles, ensuring justice for all, and fostering economic progress through ethical leadership. In a related development, the Center for Transparency and Accountability in Liberia, CINTAR, released its finding of Transparency International Corruption Perception Index 2024. In the findings released, Liberia moved from 25 to 27, a very significant 2 places upward. According to the report, for the very first time in 7 years, Liberia moved 2 points up CPI ladder from the score of 25 in 2023 to 27 in 2024. This is accredited to President Boakai's unwavering stance against graft. So, folks, the UP was calling out the LACC because the LACC has been doing all kinds of things here. 1 second they're active, another second they're not active. Let's go. For me, let me just give a few cases. The case involving Senator Natana Falomage. The case involving water and sewer. Dwana Kama. We can go on and on and on. LACC, you need to start acting. You should be helping the president to fight corruption. Okay, the case of Israel Akizar and many other people. So, folks, the party is letting the LACC know that you can't continue to do this work partially. You have to be independent and you have to be professional. So for me, President Boakai has taken a step with regards to the issue of asset declaration, where the president has suspended those who were not in compliance with his instructions. And I want to thank the president for the step he took. You know, last week people were asking me about the fire trucks. I will speak to the fire truck later on today. But let me begin with what happened yesterday. Yesterday at the BTC barrack, President Bouaka attended, I think if I'm correct, the 68th Armed Forces Day celebration. Uh, it is a moment, it is a gathering, it is a program organized, it is a day set aside by law where we honor the brave men and women who serve our country diligently. You hear the word the gallant men and women. And I can say for a fact, I was in attendance yesterday at that program. The AFL, the program was well organized. The president delivered a brilliant remark. In his remarks, the president also called on the defense minister to work with other line authorities and agencies for the renovation of barracks in P.Lobbo, uh, in P.Lobbo, Harper rather, uh, and other parts of the country. In Nimba County, in Bombing, and other places. As a matter of fact, I also have I have a I have a communication here in response to the president's order as it relates to the suspension. Before I transition, let me just read this. Uh, I left out this, but I had to be reminded. The Civil Service Agency, the Civil Service Agency boss, the Honorable Josiah Chika. I will come back to it because his name is getting scary. When you hear his name, people can be afraid because he don't play. Well, on a few one time someone was saying something and say he said George. I saw him come in and say I'm afraid of you because you quick on your payroll regular. He quick to clean payroll. So I know he has moved already because he made a statement about this. For him, he's not wasting no time. That those who are not in compliance, that he's going to make sure that pay will be black. So I will read the statement coming out of the CSA. Again, folks, this is intended to strengthen performance in our country. And I want to say to everybody, we have to do better as a nation. We should not have gotten to this point. Uh, we need to always make sure that we get things done in a timely fashion. Yeah. Now, imagine a black your pig. I know some people are not standing. Yeah. But let me read what the CSA put out because it's very important. Let me go to it quick. Let me read that. So, folks, if you go to the bank and you see something, just know what happened. Let me read this quick for you. It says the Civil Service Agency, CSA, ensuring merit and efficiency in the public service. Circular memorandum to all heads of GOL spending entities. GOL means all government of Liberia. This is coming from Josiah F. Jokai Jr., the Director General of the CSA. Subject: enforcing the President's mandate on non-compliance with asset declaration. This release came out today because it's dated February 12, 2025. Let me read it, folks. It said, please be advised that the Civil Service Agency, CSA, will take immediate action against suspended officials who have not complied with the asset declaration mandate issued by His Excellency President Joseph Newman Boyka Sr. Those who remain non-compliant will be blocked from receiving their salaries for February 2025. This blockage will persist until the necessary compliance is achieved. This measure is intended to ensure that all officials of government adhere to the necessary regulations and maintain the trust placed in us by the public. Thank you for your attention to this important issue as we look forward to continue collaboration with all government spending entities in the interest of the government and people of Liberia. Best regard. The data message is short and to the point. This is from the Honorable uh, Civil Service Director General Josiah Jokai. So, folks, you know, on the issue of asset declaration, the reason why I try not to speak about the other folks, in the other people's government, people were not expected to deliver. People were not held accountable. I recalled when investigations were being conducted, they were sent back for re-investigations. So there were steps taken to undercut the investigations. When indictment came out of investigations, those indictments were siphoned and those reports were sent for re-investigation. On our folks, on our main regime, re-investigation was just another means of saying we're not interested in you finding out the facts. And let me provide one piece of information tonight as I move forward. I've heard, it annoys me when I hear people who can read and write, because in Liberia, I think the definition of being educated now is not just the acquisition of credentials. I think it should be your ability to read and write in Liberia. That's it. And people who I believe that I have respect for, that can read and write, when I hear them in 2025 open their mouths on the radio and say, and I don't know why these journalists even try to do it. Is it intentional, or is it out of ignorance, or is it because the lack of reading comprehension? I hear people say the Kroll report said no money went missing. Chief, I'm in the studio here. I'm willing to bet anybody $1,000 US if you can bring the Kroll report and show where in that report it says that no money went missing. I'll bet $1,000 on it. You bring it tomorrow, I'll bring my own tomorrow. Let's take the bet. But let me tell you what the report said, and for which you guys, I think that's why you guys didn't understand. Now, I'm not an accounting major, but I have a business background. In accounting, when something is correct, especially accounting and money, that bookkeeping, when something is correct, you hear, these are words you will hear in the report. You hear words like accurate, exact, correct. Now, you hear me? The word accurate will be there. They will say, oh, having gone through all of the reviews of all the documents, therefore this and this and that is accurate. If they say inaccurate, it means it's not correct. Okay, so let's go to the Kroll report. I may not be able to give you this exact, it's a 10.1, but here's what the report says, because I remember this place verbatim. It says, and I quote, based on the inconsistency and discrepancy from the documents provided by the central bank, there needs to be a further understanding. Where you went to school to tell, you said, I mean, nothing went missing. If everything correct, why should there be a further understanding, folks? What sense does it make? When they use the word inaccuracy and discrepancy, it means correct to you. Let me tell you, the core job was not to establish whether money went missing. That's not what it came for. What should have established that money went missing was supposed to be followed by a criminal investigation. That is what the government didn't want to do. Because if you had done it, you bring the entire government down. So to avoid, they said the Kroll report said no money went missing. But the Kroll report said, based on the inconsistency and discrepancy from the documentation provided by the central bank, there was a need for further understanding. How do we do this? What further understanding we need to go for if everything is correct? Why would they say we should have further understanding if everything is there, if everything is correct? If nothing went missing, why would the word discrepancy and inaccuracy? If there's discrepancy and inaccuracy in accounting processes, or even let's just use the process of moving money from point A to point B, and they say the report you provided to us on how you move this money, it shows discrepancy and inaccuracy. Does it mean it correct? When you went to school? So now when you see me, let me tell you, sometimes you'll see me, I go to these debates, and you'll see me on this platform, and I sit back and I be laughing. I am not laughing because I'm laughing. I am laughing at the gross level of ignorance that can be displayed while I'm saying that. And I look at people and say, and at this man who's supposed to be educated, when you ask him that, he will probably tell you he get 25 degrees here and there. But the basic thing you can't understand it. So let me just say this. I know our friends, they're now running with the asset declaration thing. But let's be honest here. At least our president has mustered the courage to take steps. We have president here who didn't care. He was asked by the journalists in that interview where they asked him, they say the price of rice is going up. And rice is Liberia's stable commodity. He said people who voted for you. Then what the man said? He said, but I tell people to reduce the rate price, they can't reduce it, what they want to do. But you appointed the Minister of Commerce, you don't know what to do. Then they follow up by asking on the issue of asset declaration. He said, I've told people to declare their asset. President Bouaka is not the same. President Bouaka told people to declare their asset. And those who did not comply, today the statement is out there. Hereby suspending out those who have not complied. And now you just heard from the CSA Director General that pay people's salary will be withheld. They will be blocked. So it shows that everything, folks, this is what I'm going to say to you guys. Our government is like light and darkness. What you could not do for 6 years, we are doing it. What you were unable to do for 6 years, we have begun doing them. Problems you could not solve, you had no idea on solving, we are now beginning to address the problem. Cities you left in total darkness, we are now beginning to install lights in those cities. Communities you left with bad road, even though you were bad medicine for road, President Bouaka has now come and have found the right prescription medicine for road. And now I think we'll need Guinness and Prince Tama, they have to share that title. I think they are the correct medicine for road. Since you were bad medicine for road, we now have the correct doses and correct medicine for road. The guys are performing. So look at what we've done. Let's look at the CSA, for example. You took people from here and then, throw them on payroll, ghosting, paying people to all kinds of dubious, scandalous means. Honorable Josiah Jeka, his team, serious reforms at the CSA. Today, they've saved government millions and millions of dollars. This is what we promised the Liberian people would do. Yes, we'll not build New York overnight, but our government's efforts will continue to showcase that we are committed to transforming this country from what it was to where we want to take it. And I can assure you, I'm being very clear with you. We will not leave Liberia the way we met it. And this is why we must work tirelessly. The reason why, even as you can see, I've just been down with a cold. But I'm here to make sure that government successes and its accomplishment has been articulated to you people. So I say, before I leave this topic, I'm betting anybody $1,000 who believes that the crowd report, bring the crowd report. If you don't know, I will show you and sackle it. If the crowd report says that no money went missing, I'll give you the $1,000. I bet anybody $1,000. They will now show up. Bring a report. So I hear people run with everybody and forth. So I will say that this is what I've always said. You cannot be an intellectual in BFC. You can't be an intellectual and don't read. You have to be informed. And reading comprehension is key to understanding what you read. You can't talk about anything you read if you don't understand what you read. You'll just be lying to yourself. And this is a problem I see with many people. Because if you read the court document, clearly, there's a lot in there I'm not intending to go to because I'm here to discuss the court report. But if I took the court report apart for you tonight, I can still justify. And I strongly believe that there's a need that this government must go back to that particular report. There's a need to go back to it. Because the $16 billion saga case, I don't think we enter it. I strongly believe we need to look into it. You can't allow $10.5 billion to go missing in this country. That's a lot of money. And some of us who know what happened, we continue to tell you. It was very, very simple. For inflation, we want to discuss it, we can. But overall, I just want to say, our government is not like your government. Our government, I think from the CPR now, you can tell that for the first time in 7 years, Liberia has moved 2 points upward on the corruption perception index. That is to show that we are making progress. And I want to say to those of you who voted for President Bouaka, you have every reason to be proud of who you voted for. You have every reason to knock your chest because your government is not like the other people's government. By this time, in other people's government, folks, there were corruption scandal all over the place, wasting on the road, like to say that water was wasting on the streets. Today, there have been mistakes in areas, but those corrective measures have been taken to ensuring that the government continued to function. And so, folks, like the president said yesterday when I was in a barrack, the Armed Forces 68th program, I want to thank the men and women, the gallant men and women in arms. You know, in America, when it's Veterans Day, uh, those guys who serve the country, first and foremost, what I did for work, every time I spoke to a client who was a military personnel, it was required by me to thank them for the service. I was required to say, I see here that you are a veteran. Let me first say thanks for your service. It's required. If you work in any financial institution, it was required. Most of them require you to thank the veterans for their service. The people, even some people were in the military, they were there in the kitchen. Once they say the person is a veteran, you see them to a restaurant. Even in the restaurant, the people get discounts and all. The people, they board a flight before you. There's a reason. It's to show respect and gratitude. The people don't get paid high salary. They get paid the bare minimum. But guess what? It is because of the sacrifices they made for their country. And in Liberia, this is why every time I see a military personnel, because there's no way for me to change now. All my days at work, it was telling them thank you for their services. So even here, when I meet airport people, I see them on the street. The other day, went to eat somewhere. I saw them. I said, "Thank you guys for your service." Every time I shake a military man, I always say, "Thank you for your service." It has become part of me because I've had to do it for over 12 years. It's not going to change. I'm always going to live like that now. But I want us to begin to celebrate our gallant men and women in arms. Those people gave up their life for us. They are trained to do one thing: to protect, to fight, and defend this country. That's all they're trained for. Imagine, while you are fighting to be Deputy Minister of Finance, you are fighting to replace Josiah Joker at CSA, you are fighting to replace Jaso Jara at the Ministry of Education, or Jerilene Pia at the Ministry of Information, or Sylvester Grisper as Minister of State. Those people are fighting to defend their country. That's all they are fighting. They go to boot camps, they go to all this training. They are not fighting to be deputy minister. They are not fighting to be managing directors. They are fighting to protect and defend the country with their blood and soul. So we should begin to celebrate and appreciate our men and women in arms. And on this note, I want to say today, I want to thank the president for his statement to ensuring that barracks are renovated so that we attach decency to our men and women in arms. Look, when our AFL soldiers are well dressed, when you see them, man, look, there's something about the uniform that inspires you, that moves you, that motivates you, that gives you reason why you want to join the army. It's just that I've never just been a very big fan. Uh, it's like I've been recruited so many times to go to the military. It has not worked. I recall in 2005, I was there in Don Bosco Polytechnic before he changed to Stella Marines. When Danisha Segwe, if I'm correct, used to be he was one of the deputy defense ministers at that time. He had come to Don Bosco campus, we're on Polytechnic campus, to recruit young men for that time they were talking about the restructuring the army. He encouraged all that. They say, "Look, many of you guys, if you're joining the army, you guys will be the first batch with Senate brothers." I just told him as a chief, the army has not been my thing. Even in America, when I went to this mall, when I went to shopping mall, recruiters tried talking to me. It's never just been my thing. But I love to see those guys in uniform. I admire them, I appreciate them, and I just want to join the president and every other Liberian to say to our gallant men and women in arms, thank you for your service to our country. Thank you for your dedication. Thank you for your commitment. And thank you for the work you do for our people. Thank you for putting up your life. Look, some of you need to read the history of the Liberian Frontier Force before coming to the AFL and understand that morning what happened when President Barclay was about to go to work. I mean, like our OTC, it's been almost 20 plus years since I left high school. I can say record. PR used to tell PR told that story. Do you know what it means for the British guy that was here, Major Kede, who Liberia would because we borrow money, Major Kede here, he was collecting money. He wanted to be everything here. He said he can't get report. When we go to he said no, he on his own acting up that he was big and bad. In the morning for the president to go to work, he decided that he would stop the president. And that is what prompted the Liberia President Barclay. That's what prompted the Liberia Frontier Force to move on in that day. And those men, we got to give them credit. So I know what the AFL can do. And I just want to say thank you. Yesterday, I had the privilege to speak with the Honorable Chief of Staff, Derrison Fuller, and his other men. And I just said thank you, Chief, for everything. It's a good thing, folks. Look, when we have this program, this one day where we honor them, that's a very brilliant thing. So, folks, that has to do with the AF, the Armed Forces Day Parade. Let me move to another interesting topic. You know, I know yesterday you guys saw the AFL parade, the principal streets of Monrovia, and you saw the 8 fire trucks, 1 ambulance, and a brand new bus. Folks, I know many of our stations and many of our friends can't stand the good news. I understand it. And you have to understand why, folks. It's a difficult thing. It's a difficult thing. Most of our friends who are hoping for 2029, 2029 will not be a reality if Unity Party and President Boyka continue to perform like this. Because if President Boyka will electrify 500,000 homes across this country, I don't know what kind of campaign you're going to go take to the people. Are you going to go tell and say, oh, no lighting your home and lighting the person home? Are you going to go campaign at your green light? So you have to understand that it is getting difficult day by day. There are not enough bad stories about this government. So folks are trying so hard. When the 8 fire trucks came, some of our friends said, oh, no. The truck's too short. Oh, the tank can't take 1 gallon of water. So let me speak to this issue now. I told you people on Monday I didn't want to talk about it, but I'm waiting for today. Because originally I had a plan to pay host to the deputy fire service boss for operation. He should have been here with me today. And we're going to talk about other things. Folks, listen. Like I said before, and I will say it again tonight. President Boyka was elected to make Liberia better. The Liberian people went to the polls to vote for him because they believe in him, they trust him, they know what he can do. And I've always said on this show, President Boyka is a man who likes quality things. If you don't know, I wish you had the access to him. President Boyka gave you a pair of shoes, it's not a joke. President Boyka believes he likes quality things. He believes in good things. That is why he always, when he speaks, he talks about attaching dignity to our men and women in arms, even to our healthcare workers. He said we must give people the pay. Even when it comes to the city police, he have always stressed the need to have them well dressed. President Boyka likes people to be of class. So this has been difficult for my friends. Okay, granted, you were here, fire service been struggling. We came to power. We finally said, with the multiple fire outbreaks around the country, especially in the city here, there's a need to invest in fire trucks. Now, what some of you don't understand is simple. One of the major challenges the fire service was having is not that those trucks don't do the job. The ones we have can do the job. But the problem about it is their tankers' capacity. Most of the time, there's this famous joking my brother, the fire service truck, when it can't sit on the water finish. So what they realized was there's a need for trucks that can carry large quantity of water at a time. And that is why if you look at those fire trucks, the end is where they got their equipment and their things. But those tankers can be able to now supply the amount of water. So now fire truck will go somewhere, they have to bring a tanker with it on the side. No, because the people said, apart from that, how many tall buildings we have here that we should buy fire trucks that are tall? No. What we need, fire trucks that can be able, because once they stand on top of that something, if you look at the hoses on the fire truck, when they point the water, the water can go far. How many 10-story buildings we got in Monrovia? How many? The water can go very far. What you need is the pressure from the water. And so, folks, I understand our neighbors, our friends who want to make empty noise about our fire trucks. Look, folks, fire service now have trucks. Now fire service got trucks. We have 8 of those trucks. We have ambulance in the back. It speaks again. I told you people, our job as a government is to take the right step. We came to move Liberia forward, and that is what President Bouaka is committed to do. We are going to continue to move Liberia forward. We are going to continue to move Liberia forward day by day, one step at a time. We may not do everything in the first 1-2 years, but I can assure you, by the time we get to 2028, folks, it's going to be very difficult for our friends, because when we get to 2028, I don't know what your campaign message will be. Yeah, and this is getting tough. You know, I can sense that it is getting very, very tough. You know, I heard someone the other day saying, "Oh, if you had election today, the Unity Party will not win." My response was very simple: if you trust yourself, form a political party. Your will be here. If you believe in yourself, form a political party. Your will be right here. Or all of you merge together. Your 2029 will not be about promises. 2029, the election of 2029 will be very easy. It is either continuing on the path of success or attempting to reverse the gains we've made as a country. That's the campaign 2029. So for 2029, it's not an argument. We just say, okay, they have almost 5,000 ghost names on payroll. Thanks to CSA, they clear it. Now it has saved the government millions of dollars. Do you guys want us to go back so that people can continue to steal? Is that what you want? Or do we continue to do the reforms to improve the sector for our people? That's the message. The message. Look, I try not to get into campaign mode, but while it's true, I'm a politician now. I can't shy away from it. Yeah. So there's no way I will speak to this issue. I'm not a politician. No, I am. And our folks are prepared for it. Look, let me say this to you. Defeating the Unity Party in 2029 is harder than a man getting pregnant. I'm telling you. It will be harder than a man getting pregnant. I'm telling you straight up. Because listen, on all fronts, we will have more gains to even if I just pull CSA database to campaign with it. Just the reform from CSA alone is enough for you not to marry. Because you are paying people by mobile money that did not exist. One man gets 20 mobile money number that he wants taking money from the government. Those type of dubious, nefarious, clandestine attitude. Now what you want, you think we want to improve the life? Just the other day, as you saw the brand new beds they just took to the Jackson Fiado Hospital in Tapata. My good friend and brother Victor have been inviting me to Tapata. I will be taking a tour up there to see the progress being made. Look at that hospital today. Go see the transformation that happening at that place. People from those of you in Morocco, your call, your proof me wrong. Go to Redemption. You know, yesterday I was talking to Dr. Tama invited me and said, "My man, if you're not feeling well, come to JFK." Rana Bouaka, President Bouaka's daughter, Rana Bouaka, went to JFK. The other day she was telling me, today, George, they got very good doctors there. And I intend to go to JFK myself. If this quoting had continued, I was going to go to JFK. Now at JFK, there is a bank. This time when you go to JFK, when they write prescription, you don't have to go outside. There's a bank. You pay the money to the bank. The pharmacy got drugs. Yesterday, the Minister of Health and myself was speaking. I told her, I said, when we meeting, she said, George, I'm traveling, but when I come back, we'll definitely meet up. I asked her, I said, how are hospitals? She said, George, they are doing very fine. No hospital like drugs. So what is it you coming for in 2029? I want to know. So you coming to put the people back? Is that what you go for? Sometimes I can hear my friend in 2029. When you come, listen. Why do you see a need to come back to You're interested. Oh, you spend 6 years here. You added more people to the grade. You didn't increase generation by even 2 megawatts. When President Boyka increased generation by 100 and some more megawatts, that time you want to come back to take it back to zero again? Wow, the Labembo. So you reality, you think the Labembo in a sense. I don't know how long can be thinking that Labembo can see. Before you come back, folks, this is sorrowful. It's sorrowful. Because in these 6 years, the other news that you people don't like, the yellow machine folks, the yellow machine thing can really break people out with a year, but I'm sorry for the yellow machines that come here. Nothing will stop it. Yesterday, I went down where the other ones are parked. I look at the machine for and say, yeah, one machine in here. I say, wow. I wanted to just go sit down and go take a picture, but I was there for a program. Our machines coming, folks. So I don't know what to say to you people. You people got all these stories out there. Oh, listen. You have not heard them talk about the IMF report, because the IMF report shows that President Boyka's fiscal discipline measures are geared towards improving financial management, there to improve bringing transparency, enhancing integrity. So they will not talk about it. They leave all those good things. Just yesterday, I was speaking to the Minister of Public Works. I told him, I said, I think I'm going to, whenever, there's a story, those of you who've seen the movie Coming to America, you remember when Edwin Murphy went to Lisa when she was in the office and he took the trash can and he wanted to always keep coming back to her. He told her, he said, whenever you think of garbage, think of me. And he called his name. And so whenever you think of Barrow, you're going to think about Guinness. I toured yesterday. I did a snake patrol in the Matadi area, folks. Those of you who there, you can call the show later on. You can confirm or deny. The work that is ongoing in Matadi area is no joke. The government is working. The people from across can see. And the Minister of Public Works yesterday during our conversation, he told me, he said, George, he said, you've not seen anything. I said, what? Well, everything that I've seen, you say I've not seen. The man said, oh, George, you've not seen anything. He even told me, he said, George, I'm intending for us to take a trip outside so you can tour some of these roads. Folks, there is a lot coming to happen. Sooner or later, again, JMB will give people hand. They probably give people hand down. JMB, honor JMB regime, the airport coming to change again. That news so far, I've been keeping it, I've been holding it to my heart, but I think that all I want giving me the code, it's too heavy. So now I've been holding the news. My man, no one's out getting out my man different from me. No one by in your weight. He can just release it. Me, I can be holding some because I can't want to give you everything. If I give you all to the person who you will not sleep. Let me just say this. Before our 6 years finish, that airport will not be the same again. It will be changed. There are plans on the way for the airport city, folks. We're not doing a Bali Island because maybe we want to keep it in 30, 50 when we leave. 30, I know whenever you'll ever come back, but the Bali Island thing, we are just sure the play will fit it. President Boyka is noted for doing the things you guys were not able to do. But I just want to say, on the issue of corruption, it is clear now that our government, our CDC friends will be arguing when you call a show here tonight, open that mouth of yours and say the government is corrupt, I'm cutting you off. Because I think you just been dishonest. They say in 7 years, the Liberia has moved from 25 to 27. Don't call a show here tonight, open that mouth of yours without, I will not entertain it. Because technically, either you didn't hear me right, or you have problem. If you have problem, I can understand. You can go seek treatment. I understand. Like someone told me the other day to Oh, by the way, that is one I got it on my bucket list. I will be going to JFK to ask the doctors for the PET, right? Post-election trauma. I've been told that people are suffering from post-election trauma. So people have asked me what medicine they can give to them. So because of that, I will have to go to JFK tomorrow. I promise you people I will come back here with a report, especially when it comes to those who suffering with PET, post-election trauma. I beg you, we'll find medicine for you because some of the things when some of you people when you're called it shows sometimes, it is clear that you guys have not gotten over it. It's difficult, and I understand. It's tough. You, the people that beat you, you expected that they would not be able to deliver, and that maybe would have given you guys a chance to come back. But for you, every time you turn the radio on, the people just doing good. You just hearing so good news about the people. That thing secondly, imagine. Because now you're saying to yourself, how would I be able to come back again with the government succeeding like this? I'm gonna tell you for a fact, I know that the airport is going to change very soon. Very, very soon. Very, very, very soon. The Roberts International Airport you see there, go take picture because it will not be the same. And that one, I don't know what you'll do now. Hey, GMB will not. The way GMB intend to change that plane, when you see the new airport, hey, fire. Papa, go help this country. Look. And today I had a brief meeting. For me, so now some people can say, when I say, oh, I had a meeting, they be like, well, so where on a job? I had a brief meeting today. Let me show you a picture with who I met with. He was saying, where have you been? And you know that who they? The most talk about, you see? And I mean, yeah, that who they? You need glasses. This is the Minister of State, the Minister of Sylvester Grace in office. So today, in terms of meeting, I have big meetings. My day started, I met with the Director of the Cabinet, Kwabo, and I met with the Senior Advisor of the President, Dr. Kone. Spoke to him, he's a pap. I met with my own good friend and pap, my big brother, the National Security Advisor of the President, Kofi Woods. So, but I say this to say that it is a privilege and it's a humbling experience, to be able to be in the midst of these fine people. And look, all of them, especially when it comes to Kwabo, I can tell you, in terms of insurance, the plans the president has for insurance for his people, folks, Liberia is not going to be the same. President Bouaka is going to change this country. So sometimes I can understand when I hear you people, complaining. I know how it feels, but on a serious note, I want to come to this one story here before I leave it. Former Finance Minister Samuel Twe and the others today were in court. The case involving the $6 million economic sabotage and all whatever it's called. When it comes to legal matters, I sometimes tend to wait because since it has been said that everybody is presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of competent jurisdiction, I always like to just wait until the case is concluded. But I'm happy that the Lord is taking his course. Our folks are out there, and we'll see how it plays out. Hopefully, the government can present a strong case. But we are calling on the LACC, and I think there are more cases to come. More cases. Look, I tell you. Oh, that's a video. Okay. There are more cases to come when it comes to our fight against corruption. Today, I had a brief conversation. I'm intending to bring the honorable, the Minister of Mines and Energy. I will not leave. I have to speak to you guys about the Monrovia Day celebration. As a matter of fact, my invitation with my name on it has been delivered. Now I can help, but my citizen men when they see me, they can get fast. They can be like in their childhood, and I say I'm working all when the government, and I get tired. Yeah. right now it's so funny. Get way small, get serious. And so look, the mayor of Monrovia, Mayor John Sherrill Safa, have kicked off the Monrovia Day program, and I think it's going to be a wonderful event. It's a 4 days event. If you have the time tomorrow, there will be a roundtable conversation from 8 to 4. The roundtable is going to be about the city, what needs to be done, and how where they want to go. And I'm like I said the other day, folks, if you've not been to the city hall, I don't want to be the one to tell you. I can't be giving you all the good news. Forget about me telling you. Just visit the place. You yourself just go there. You yourself just stop by the city hall and see for yourself. This time when you go to city hall, right? When you enter, once you push the door, that the air conditioner can blow you, say you know see the place change. Just enter city hall. Not only that, the mayor we have at the city hall is a workaholic. Both Mayor Bestman and Majors John Sherrill Safa, I can tell you, if those guys are giving the support, we'll move this country far. And on the basis of that, I've also said that the Monrovia Day celebration, today there was a parade. Tomorrow I intend to be there, but I wasn't too well, so I've been home trying to rest. I'm taking medication, but I'm doing a lot better. This is why you see me here today. I didn't want to stay home. I felt that there's a lot out there, And what's sad about the situation is that with all the good things our government is doing, there are folks who are dedicated and solely committed to misinforming the people, to making it seem that nothing is happening. But we can understand, folks. You can't blame them. It's a difficult one for you. I used an analogy here the other day. Very simple. You want a girl who tells you that I have a boyfriend. Wait for me. My boyfriend promised to buy me our phone this week. If you don't buy the phone, I will give you a chance because you've been lying to what you will do. They're supposed to go, they get say Friday. On Thursday, you hear that the man just received money from America. You come to the hall, they say, what they get? They say, oh, she and her boyfriend went to town, they want to go pick up the Western Union money. I know, that type of news can be good. Now, what happened to my friend? Every time they dream of 2029, boom, JB can waste it. Every time they dream of 2029, boom, one good news come out. So, how you go? So, the likelihood and possibility for 2029 seems difficult day by day. And folks, the sad part about the situation is that President Boyka is doing this at this time. And he still has 4 more years to go, folks. What's one day? I said to myself earlier, I think what President Boyka do the first 3-4 years, I would just go to him and beg him and say, Mr. President, I think you've done well. Can I just go back to America? He will not agree, Paul. Because there will be no need. There will be no need. Because think about it, in this year, listen, with what I know will happen from now to next year, in terms of roads and energy, folks, you can expect us by the time we get to next year ending to have more than 120 megawatts of power generation. Now, with 120 megawatts, folks, this is scary. But I want to advise you people before I move today. I will take calls 7 minutes from now, giving you people enough time to participate. But I want to use some of my remaining 7 minutes to caution you people. I'm not here to just provide information. Folks, don't take dirt from your house and bring it in the street. Those trash bins in the streets are intended for those people that are in town, like they buy juice, they drink it, they won't put a cup there. They buy crampy, they won't put it there. Your dirt to your house, don't bring it in the street. We intend to fix this country. You should not be doing it. That is not what those trash being in the street for. Some of you people have no shame. You will take the dirt from your house, you walk with bravery and carry it to the place. Don't do that anymore. Don't do it. Don't do it. We have to help to keep this city clean. We have to. The mayors can be doing their part. You go out in the street by 10, 11 o'clock, the people are in the street cleaning the city. The people can be doing the work to clean the city for us. Then you are the same people can sit up your mouth and say, oh, look at Rwanda. Oh, look at Kigali. How do we look at Kigali when you tell the devil in your heart, bring on the road? How you expect to be like Kigali? You can do it in Kigali? The Kigali, can you do that in Kigali? We have to change this country for the better. We have to change this country. And we are counting on each other. We have to start holding each other accountable to make it happen. The laws work in other people's country because police not everywhere in the street following people in America. No one allowed to do. You don't see police people, not all the traffic light, everyday police people there. No. The law that say you can't run a red light, you'll not see policemen to the red light watching you. But I promise you, the day they catch you running one red light, the ticket they will give you will be enough for your entire family for the rest of your life not to think of running red light. That's all that happens. And that is the mindset we need to have in this country. Just do your own part. Do the right thing. Once you do the right thing, the next man does the right thing. The other person does the right thing. That is how we move our country forward. President Bouaka and his team are focused on doing the right thing. The mayors are working to improve in the cities. You need to stop. We need to make this country better, folks. And let me help you people with something here today. One of the major problems I see again is to this Liberia junction here. I think many Liberians don't understand the right-of-way rule. It's a serious challenge there. Because I can see the people entering the roundabout thing that they didn't want to get it right away. If you had it right away, why would they tell you to yield? Why you see it say yield? When they say yield, it means you must slow down, wait, and see if there's nobody, then you proceed. You can't see a car in the roundabout and you jump there. The man in the roundabout already, he has a right of way because he's already within the roundabout. You who enter the roundabout are supposed to wait for him. And folks, please, I take God back here. I take God back here. Some of you people can be sitting in Texas and you see the guy stop in a roundabout to pick up passenger. Where in the world do you think can happen, folks? Just President Bouaka will not be there to see that. The police inspector general will not be to that place every day. You who sit in those cars, when you see the man stop in a roundabout, that is when you're supposed to tell him and say, no, you can't do it. You can't stop here. But you sit there, and some of you can even be brave to stop the car in the roundabout. What place in the world you can do that type of thing? Where that thing is supposed to happen? And I see people just be crossing all over in the roundabout. Folks, let me warn you today. Because I know you like brave people. You will be doing it until someone kills someone in that place. I'm not praying for you, but I'm just telling you. You will be doing it until someone kills someone. You can't cross all over in a roundabout. That's not what it's intended for. There are designated crossing points. That is why they are marked with cross sound. You go to the crosswalk and you cross. But for you people, you can just be crossing all over the place. You're slow down in this country. They think that you don't need to go to school to study the thing. That common sense you need to be using. And some of you people, I see you people that I can see crossing all over the place. That people who know left from right. Why would we do the wrong thing? Why is it that few people just can you see other people to help them and say, no, this is not how it's supposed to be done. Help the other person. You in a car, the man stop right in front of LRA. You know that if someone stopped in front of LRA, he will be in the roundabout. He will create traffic. Why we do these things? These simple steps, we need to start taking them to make our country better. When other people come from other countries, they see us, they can just be laughing at us. Everybody just crossing the roundabout, just up and down. They did one time I know Liberian people. Liberian are not brave. Until car hit the first 4 or 5%, you will not stop. I know you. Once they start hitting people in that place, then you start crying and say, oh, if I will know, it will be late. I'm warning you now. Don't say I didn't tell you. You enter in the roundabout, you don't have the right of way. You entering the roundabout, you don't have the right of way. You can't be coming from, let's say you're coming from Paisley drove our way. Then you see the car in a roundabout. He came from in town, trying to go make a right to get on AB Tower Road. But you coming from the side, you say, no, you don't want to enter the road before. That's not true. He has a right of way. He's already in the roundabout because he already entered coming from SD Cooper's side. He's already in the roundabout. He has the right of way. You coming from Paisley Drova, you're supposed to yield. That's why on the right hand side, when you enter in the roundabout, it says yield. There's a reason why it says it there. Y'all need to stop. The police will not always be there to say, don't park here, don't do this, don't do this. The laws work in other people's country because the police don't have to be behind you. Folks, they work finish 20 some more years now. Because our year when they work finish, our year during the disarmament time, our year when Judy Bryan came to town that afternoon, I was living in Papa. We stood on the line waiting for wave to Judy Bryan. We were here when President Selig got elected. I left this country December 26, 2006. So no one will bring that word into honor. If you don't believe, if you don't belong in the city, many of our cities outside Monrovia are empty. Rent is cheaper there. The cost of living there might be cheaper. I would suggest you start finding your way to move out of town. But you can't be living in a city and be acting like in a bush. It needs to change now. There's a reason why. If you watch, those of you that can watch African show, when you go to the city and you go back to the village, the people look at you differently. The expectation is that you've acquired a certain level of knowledge by just living in a city. But you can't be living in a city either you're living way in the interior. You need to stop. To change this country, our minds need to be changed. The mindset, we have to change it to make this country better. And so for me, while it's true, I will come here to give you good news. But when you're coming from up interior, don't come and join the other people in that thing and what they're doing here. Don't come here and join them. We've got to change this country. This is what maybe I can do. When I see them park there to take passenger, I can be behind them. I can be blowing my horn. Bum, bum, bum. I can't joke with them. I can be blowing horn until they move. Even though they can cost me, but yeah. That's what I can do to them. And you need to stop it. So please, my brothers and sisters, we need to start helping our brothers and sisters cross in a roundabout. I'm saying it. It might sound funny right now, but I promise you, it is a car. Nobody goes to jail for an accident. Nobody, except where the person was intoxicated or under the influence of some kind of substance. I don't know if they can do drug tests on the scene when someone gets involved in an accident. Because if they do it right away, then you're on your own. That accident. They can't carry no one to jail for any accident. No one will lie to you. You yourself use your common sense. When they hit you down there, that it could cripple you for another day. That car. I see people walking in a place very casual. No, that place is not a place to play. It's not a playground. It's not a park. It's a runabout. Use your head, folks, please. They want you don't need any education for now. That common sense. They get reason why they get crossword marked there. Folks, the numbers to call tonight 0775-654-591. Let me take my time again. The numbers to call 077-565-4591. 0880-514-096. Tonight to participate, these are the two numbers to call. 077-565-4591. 0880-514-096. These are the two numbers to call. Let me hear what you have to say. Master finish.
Hello.
Good evening. Welcome to Nyland.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
What is your take?
Yeah, thank you very much, my people. Jolly. My name is Thomas F. Josiah, calling from Johnson Lake, district number 2, Mosoro County.
Thomas, what is your take? Go ahead, sir.
No, thank you very much for your talking point. No, these are the way for me. I wait for you to come on the show. You never don't know many things that are going on in the country. Some are fighting around, we see what's going on, even down to the public web minister, the way you're doing a job. Even the matter you're talking about, I have went there today. I saw a great man on the topic we're doing. So these are the things we talk about in paper. He's slow, he's sure. Especially concerning about the asset declaration. When I heard you today, I was too happy. I say yes. These are the things we want for the paper to be doing because people are talking about the corruption that's going on in the country. When I even heard yesterday the great man I will make in the international level was to 180, but we are back to 135. I say wow. But I thought you say the government can allow corruption. But I think we have seen great mark. I know the government will do well. If people will do well, he will be one of the presidents that will leave great legacy. That we all will sit down and think and say yes. If he came into the nation to be a president, people who are looking for we are achieve great thing from him before he can lead the AF. But thank you very much, my people, John Lugo.
Thank you for your contribution. Good evening, caller. Welcome to Nightline. Your name and where you calling us from?
Yeah, thank you so much, John Lugo. My name is Ross MP. I'm calling for the Robert CN.
What is your take this evening?
Because you remember the guy for now, this COVID right?
Oh my God, I get that 50 cents every day.
Yes, there is no doubt about President Whitehouse ability to lead our country. Look what you are aware. Today in our country, militants are not passing all with banners on their head. These are things that we were afraid of those days, and we dropped President Whitehouse. We are honored by this great leader. Yes, indeed. There is no doubt about his development. Just no argument where argument is coming from. In fact, the issue of election is future. What kind of election to do what to election? So we are asking to continue with our own work. And the next thing is John Lobo, the issue of what the class school. In this country, nobody ever thought that we have a president who will be brave to create a condition for the establishment of what the class school. And less than 1 year, President Waka demonstrated that to the podium. John Lobo, what do we want to do? The next thing is this. People are playing mongering around that. Look, people who don't want to go after no automatic education. See what the president did today. This is a very milestone in our history. John Lobo, people are just rejoicing what President Waka is doing. We are honored by that level. So let's go to the president's message for the younger generation to come and succeed a very good country so that this time we, our generation, between the old and the young, will be living good society for our children. Thank you so much, dear brother.
You're very welcome. Yeah, just take the call from now on the line. Good evening. Is that Princess? Yeah, how you doing?
Thank you for the analysis. But George, we got good news for the people. You know, they still are there when they came to the road to go campaign, go already did. When they came to water is for the entire country, now finish getting water. When they came to anything, the entire country is electrified. Even where they will not give better to this. Even solar water will not give better to this. The only thing we need for the George for them to carry is different for the clean sheet. Clean sheet. All the now the fire truck. The fire truck that daily drug. George, that truck is everywhere.
That one thing, you're right. That one reason why we bought that truck. It can fit in any of these small communities. Oh, we can't open our alley. Don't worry, they will know.
So there is nothing they can say. I tell you, can you what is it called? You will remember to take a tour or pay for it to the past. George, the children are taking here America. They now that fire will come and destroy that because you will be surprised for the so the journalists they will get up to set up on their platform and they will get them to because they can be lying to the people. They get nothing to tell the people
Thank you very much for your contribution. I'll take the next caller. Good evening, caller. Welcome to Nightline. Your name and where you calling us from? I'm doing wonderful, guys. Minding me, and it's keeping me alive. How is it?
One thing I like about you, your program is very informative. In the sense that these people that you're doing, they give us more information. Keep it up, and I appreciate that.
Thank you.
17 million we mix. I'm never get bad for us. Seriously.
Well, you hold on, Nigeria. Let me clarify something. You also know that we got 42 million now, right?
From where?
Oh, you say from where again? So just go ahead.
The one you talk about.
Nigeria, no, listen. I read the stories in the paper. I just telling you now. I read the paper. I read the stories in the paper. There's some the stories. Oh, nah, you do the math now. Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Let me tell you, a man will say they not for him. The best way for us to generate using money that can come to us here. We can generate right here.
Yeah, we're working on that.
Now, what am I going to do? I think I'm 400% plus for some suspended the feeder, right?
Yeah.
Good. All that money we put together, we'll collect it. The next suspension of my people bring. Though individuals that they have appointed, the ministers, directors that they appointed, when they come out to say, oh, so I appointed you for you to share with them, and you want to share with them, you know, committee, so you want to spend with them 500% again, then I'm going to collect it. And now when you come, so it means you say carry their man, they give me money, they not give you money. Then here I appointed you for you to promote my government, then that's me to the people in the community and suspending 700% again.
All right, thank you. I got a recommendation. Let's get the other person chance because the president don't know who you speak to. Now he try to tell you who to speak to, who not to speak to. Good evening, welcome to Nightline. Your name and where you calling us from?
Good evening, Mr. Lobo.
How you doing?
I'm wonderful, thank God. And you?
Oh, I'm trying. God is minding me.
It's good to hear you on the radio. Yeah, this is Thomas Brown, and I'm calling you from our Pueblo resident.
Go for it.
Yeah, from the time I started monitoring you and how they call the brother and
Noah Zhao Gibson.
Noah Zhao Gibson, you guys been doing extremely well. And I'm really, really grateful that at least you people have not let us down. Because there are people who joined the dream, but because they were not able to benefit one way or the other, some of them left, some of them are in some corners agitating, saying all kinds of things, but at least everybody people get stuck with the puppet. And you're fulfilling his plans. I'm so grateful for that. But there's one thing I know if you have been driving around the Somalia drive,
What is it?
and there are houses that are being marked over there. I think from the bridge, from the bridge transferring Togo all the way to around Banase. And I don't really know why they marked for. Yeah.
So let me hold you there. Send you ask a question. Every horse that is marked, they should have a reason. Public work it will either say remove, but public work or the city. If they mark your place, do your own demolition. They mark, they can show, they can put something like line like arrow where pointing to the street. Meaning from they play outdoor, we'll come back to call it. They didn't matter it. So once they mark it, Jen knows they will go at some point in time. Chief that all about. They're not marking it because public work get free pin. That's not what they're doing it. Okay. That's why it's for. You're supposed to be setting. It's supposed to be away from the light pole. It's supposed to be 7 feet away from the light pole. So if it's near the light pole, only the light pole, I'm sorry, it will go. There's some people where I see some shop there on Perry Street, for example, where you're not built, all your shop you're bringing on the sidewalk I'm just sorry. I'm giving you heads up. If you can call it for them, call it for them now. Because Perishry, I'm being told they're going to clean it for them. I'm just a messenger. Don't get back with me. Go ahead. Good evening, caller. Welcome to Netline. Your name, where you calling us from? How you doing, sir? What, you been sleeping since yesterday? How you say good morning? Or that the new road facing that the road facing Peace on Peace Island got you excited and like for you to bear? Go ahead. It will never happen. Don't waste your time. My man, I beg you, don't give me that. Yeah, man. My man, I beg you, don't give me a donut, man. Yeah, that the substation. It got burnt under them. Yes. When you get it, please call me and share with me. Thank you very much, my dear brother. Let's take the next caller. Good evening, caller. Welcome to Nightline. Your name and where you calling us from? James, what is your take this evening?
Very interesting topic on our discussion tonight. And I heard you talking about the class war, but let me be frank with you, my brother. Most of the template drama, even the the bosses and the drama, they themselves, they don't even know the meaning of cross war. So even the way you people talking to we the citizens are away from the village, so that we will not know the cross war. When the driver then see people on the cross war, they will be running coming to that section with their car.
And which one you see people on the crosswalk when we were even in the people on the crosswalk, all cars would slow down.
No, you're right. It's right. That's true.
But nothing like that in Liberia. Everything is flat miles. The driver or whosoever. And now you want to understand any rules. When it comes to the transportation fare, the transport minister passed the transportation fare from here business to grocery and office. All of the taxi drivers that cannot do it until. And when you find
So let me speak to that real quick. What the transport, because I had a transport minister here. There is an office at the transport ministry. All you have to do when you get there and the man argue with you, if you pay him, take a picture of his license plate, you take it to transport, they will get your money for you. That is the rule. In like bro, until the problem with like when post and you go to the police station, someone can wrong you when they say, one send you to court, they can say, no, let that leave it. Until you start holding people accountable, it will just be the same way that the problem we've been having here. So yes. So that what needs to happen? Good evening, caller. Welcome to Nightline. Your name and where you calling us from? I'm doing wonderful. How's Greenville? There's supposed to be a 2.5 megawatt mini hydro constructed for Greenville. Oh, go ahead. Say that again. Let it go here. So basically you are confirming that the hospital now has been solarized and the solar power is so much that it's also going to supply the neighboring houses around the hospital compound. Is that correct? Okay, and then there's another project ongoing again. I say President Boaka will light up Liberia. Go ahead, Chief. Okay, y'all please do. What happened? Why y'all want him to be say y'all also can stay on power small to change the country? I beg you, don't give me to that. You know what you do? Here's what you do for him. Just pray for him. Pray that our God give him long life. Many people say he was not going to make it to election day. He was not going to be here. When you see the puppy this time, he looking fresh, the new money. I will tell you, the God that got him protect him. No. Oh no, but 12 and number, don't forget. Thank you very much. Good evening, caller. Welcome to Netline. Your name and where you calling us from? How you doing? What is your take this evening from Sino? I'm George. I'm not Frank. I'm George Lobo. Yeah. Go ahead.
Thank you very much for
about what the government doing. You know, I have a father, so child who is not read and left something the night in the morning. After that, we say, oh, I want to eat, but it's 7 days, my boy, you want to go, find your place, but we have many people who want to get it soon, so we don't get patient. This country was damaged over 50 years ago. And to fight the country, you have to take a very time. We just want to say, I don't want to get on the state. That will be the public chance, very do it well. So, for me, I'm going for organization community, LACC, always. So, in this line, and I'm saying, it just to come back to power. The ones what they doing. So, I'm going to back or see that they go to very well. But after all, we feel of getting that going on with nothing for the whole body family. So, and you talk about the thing that happened right here, we just shut it. We're not going to go though, we let have to. Police should be down there all the time.
Yeah, but every country police can't be there every day all the time. That's the problem we're getting at, bro. Why should people be beating us? Why should people be manning us? No. The law should work without police being there. That's how you build a better society. People should do the right thing without someone watching you. Exactly. I agree with you. Thank you for your contribution. Good evening, caller. Welcome to Nightline. Your name and where you calling us from?
Thank you, Mr. Lobo. And take good evening. Good evening to the community. There is the one way William talked to the community. It's simply that's not something so much of there are some people with time to make progress about local. You know, when our people look smart and executive, some young people always get they always pray for morning when it's a Friday, just quickly and for not even on even if I come from my hustle yesterday to put it radio on. But we beyond me, but maybe put it radio on another year on the front government. So I think that when people have very, very much ego, right? We hear the right with you. What especially today when they hear those kind of propaganda news, that is now listening to one of the stations talking about the president will put the state of incapacity there and one of the so I don't even want to go very that look. I think it's kind of a incapacitation that this president is in that was type of incapacitation we were looking for the president to set the record for the first time. That was not the to establish with sustain and officials of government of 400 plus officials. There's a question I don't think I never have been on there. When you look at the corruption assessment index report that just come up, that is this government has passed corruption. Then you get to get a corruption, you're all the people corrupt. And people are here passing the government in corruption. So I think it's people like you always say, we say them to be on top of the government. Because I don't think that's going to happen. So I'm really any opportunity for this government. I think this is really part of government on the right trajectory and where to respond to the expectations of the government. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your contribution. Good evening, caller. Welcome to Nightline. Your name and where you calling us from? What is your take this evening?
Thank you very much. You know, when this government look like when you have your first girlfriend, you see what the judgment can be in you. When a good leader take power, you can feel it in your bones that yes, indeed, the government is a good government.
Wow.
I don't want to say much about this government, but I know what we tell the women for. That is what they're doing for us. Do not look at the gas cost. Sit here, you are not going to do nothing. Pray here, you are opposition. Together, you're not doing nothing. Everything increases at the government. Everywhere you go, you see the women taking one by one. Why are they politics. Yeah, why you see 2029, that December will be their position. Thank you.
Thank you. I think so now kind of be singing this song. Everywhere he touched, he was doing good. Oh, that song was doing now. Good evening, welcome to Nightline. Your name and where you calling us from? Mary, what is your take?
I'm very, very happy. What I am right now is what really worrying me is the family very, very cool. You know that when they start the election time, the other on the other side, it's the same. They put operating on the family now. The family will not make it. The family will not make it. For me to see that all men working more than even the young people, I'm very, very proud. And the armed forces, they are watching all my daughter 2 years for me. I was too proud of different countries. If the people refuse to praise the Pape, we will praise and then they said we will see money for the now. We will carry the Pape live again. If God gave that not life.
God will definitely give him more life. You see the Pape looking fresh.
And what Sonny getting to me, I think I said it again
What is it?
They 14 volunteer job. We just did 14 years volunteer job.
Okay, hold on. I'll follow up on it. I will follow up on it. 4 years. I will. Okay. 4 years of being volunteers at the 14 Military Hospital, right? You are at the 14 Military Hospital?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I will follow up on it for you. Okay? Okay. I will do that. All right. We will be here. All right. Good evening. Welcome to Nightline. You're live. Your name and where you calling us from? What is your take this evening? Go ahead and go straight to the point. Okay. Okay.
And I want person who always speak on the basis of boundaries. And that's why I ask you to public the government economic sanction of the coin and not being able to public it with exactly even on reason. The other day you try to sum all as a fair. You will try to sum all as a fair. However, to the issues. Again, I hope the decision taken by the president should not be the compromising, should not be filed, but it should remain unbending. That any other person coming after will follow suit and adhere to the president's decision. So anybody opportunity.
Thank you. At least our president took action. Your own says here he didn't do nothing. Good evening. Welcome to Nightline. Your name and where you calling us from?
Good evening.
You are live. What is your name? How you doing? Lower your monitor. Just lower the monitor behind you and listen to the phone. Go ahead. What is your take this evening?
You know me. My name is G Wong, the original G Wong.
Go ahead, D Ward.
You know, I always follow what did he say?
Noah
South KC.
on Fridays.
My son, I want to tell you, thank you. While I go here, I can just relax and just listen. Even for that reason, I go one radio special. Go, that I'm listening, but my radio, I can put my battery inside.
Don't worry, you will get to a point where current will not go. Check with.
As I continue to say that you will come back to its nation, you will come back to its status, and nations will come and say, oh, they love Mama Labrador, that you hear. Let them go do anything they want to do. They want point, they want to say, but they might just be to tell the government, all those who involved in our capital city, if they are in the house, let them take money from them for their salary. They shouldn't receive pay until that place fills. Anybody that involved in that training of the capital, I want the long capital building since 19 we. Nobody pointed. Why now? Why? Why? Why I want to tell them thank you? Or I will show them how one by one. Let the president go ahead. But we start Monday. I want to tell the public thank you. Public, don't relent. Anybody that want to bring the government down, you bring them down. Because I know Liberia will revive, Liberia will be safe. Nothing will happen in this country that was for our country. When the country develop it for our own good, any good thing that comes from other Liberia will be for all of us. So some of the people say they say because the government is developing. Look, when I see the road, what it I won't even cry. I won't cry. But I don't have to say, G1, don't cry. The government will.
Because when you start crying, your tears will finish. There's too much good things that will come. So when your tears finish, don't cry.
Yes, but son, every morning as I wake up in the morning, I say that thank you for waking me up. But I want you to bring things in this country that when people say, the yellow machine, every say come.
Oh, the machine coming now, Pap.
Forget me for calling this about that. Everyone is from it's coming from Republic of Liberia. So then it's not them for things to happen in this country. So then pray for things to go down, but they lie. I think that's so.
They will put them to shame. Don't worry. Thank you.
God will sustain you. You came from America, look what that's now.
Thank you. I hear. Thank you. Yeah, that blood. The aim $5 blood. Yeah, already. Thank you. Good evening. Welcome to Nella. Your name. Where you calling us from? What is your take this evening? What is your take this evening, sir? Can you change your location? Yeah, we're getting you now. Go ahead. Yeah, the line bad. Let's just take a next caller. Good evening, caller. Welcome to Nightline. Your name and where you calling us from? Yeah. How you doing? What is your take this evening, sir? Emmanuel, what is your take? I just told you, Chief, I'm going to JFK tomorrow. Yo, how they can make it say? I say I'll listen to something. They say no. Let me tell you. I listen to one story. They say, oh, the K3 EPS person. Why would the EPS? So they bend there. Why would they go K3? I will stop at JFK tomorrow to ask for that. Okay. We'll definitely do it because we are out of time. Let's leave it there. Thank you. We'll combat the disinformation with factual information. That's what we can do.
person and did not take that and be mindful, they will soon be in the street next year.
I beg you, the one will try. Let's leave it there. We want to thank you very much. We are out of time. We'll try to do better next week. Thank you very much, folks. Again, like I said, anybody can give you information. That person is not held responsible. What you do with the information you receive, you are at fault, and you'll be held liable for your own actions. Again, I want to say thanks to all of you. I want to thank my man Aaron who sat at control here for me. Until I see you next week, it's been a wonderful time hanging out with you. Don't forget Friday. Netline will be here with the man Noah's that will give you the uncompromising, undiplomatic, unapologetic, unity party man like myself. Hey, you can say me and be tonight. Until I talk to you again, folks, it's been a wonderful time hanging out with you. I see you. Have a wonderful, lovely rest of your week. Bye bye.